Come a little closer. Today, I will be making my famous gluten-free gumbo. And if you're lucky, maybe you can get some of my witchy tips in my Patreon that you can later check out in my description. This is a southern classic and one of my personal faves, and I enjoy creating this dish in the fall time frame when the leaves are turning from green to golden to orange, or during the cold winters when it's freezing outside. Step 1, you want to prep. Dice 1 onion, 2 bell peppers, and a cup of celery. The amount technically varies depending on how large your pot is and how much of something you want to taste more of. And again, I will go into, my specific, in-depth recipe on my Patreon if you want it. So, you want to chop up cloves of garlic. I have a shit ton because I love garlic, but usually people recommend like 3 or a couple of cloves. You want to chop up your trifecta, which is typically onions, bell peppers, and celery sticks. However, in this case, I did not have celery sticks. For seafood, I have crab in a container and shrimp with the shells still on it, because what I like to do is take the shells and put it in another pot and boil the shells so I have that seafood stock to add to my gumbo. Step 2, making the roux. So what you want to do for this is add equal parts both flour and oil. And the type of oil I'm using is olive oil and Bob's Red Mill gluten-free flour. You typically want to keep the burner on medium heat, because if you put it on high, your flour / roux will burn. So put it on medium to light, and then work as you go, especially if this is your first time making gumbo. But I like putting roux in my gumbo because it just helps to thicken the dish, and it just tastes more, it tastes more traditional in my opinion. This is your reminder not to leave the pot and keep stirring. The roux needs to be a dark chocolate, medium chocolate color in order to put your trifecta in, and it to be ready to add in other elements. So after putting in the trifecta, you mix the roux with the vegetables, and you let that simmer for about 8 to 10 minutes. I had potatoes on the side, and I just roasted them regularly. I did not put them in my seafood gumbo because that's not a part of the recipe, but it just helped to make a more balanced meal for my soul. However, if you're lucky, you might get to try some of my famous seafood gumbo. Step 4, build your base. So you want to add in about 6 cups of seafood stock or chicken stock to thicken and level out your gumbo. Add bay leaves, thyme, Cajun or Creole powder, cayenne pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, and if you don't have Creole or Cajun powder, you can use Old Bay as well. Step 5, add your okra. So I just went to the shop and got me some okra in a bag and just added it in after thawing it out. But you can go to the store and get fresh okra as well. You just have to go and search outside of your local typical grocery store. You might have to go to a Japanese store or maybe a Sprouts, somewhere more fancy, a fancier grocery store, if you will. I also got these steak seasonings from Trader Joe's that I wanted to try out, and I put it on my potatoes. So I will link that if you are interested in getting it. Step 6, add your protein. So I have about a cup of chicken, and I had made chicken stock by boiling this chicken skin. Then I cooked my sausage about halfway, cut it up, and put the rest in my gumbo for it to cook thoroughly in the gumbo so it had all the spices. Then I added my raw shrimp in here so it too can soak up the seasoning and flavor of the gumbo. I didn't feel like cracking open, crab legs, so I just got crab in a container and put it in there. I should have separated it before filming, but yeah. Cleaning is an important part of the process so that when you get ready to sit down and eat, you can have a very, clean and relaxed environment to fully enjoy the taste of the creation that you made, essentially. It also helps to cleanse my mind, and it's almost like a meditation ritual for, the witchy kitchen witches. So if you get it, you get it. Eventually, the goal is to have a couple of subs who love to clean up for me, just cleaning up after me because, I am a divine goddess and I don't have to do everything myself. And it's a fallacy to believe that anybody can do everything themselves, especially, you know, not to say that men or women can't do it, but I'm saying, like, if you can have help, why not? Especially if those people are willing to help and are willing and love to clean. Like, why not? But currently, at the moment, I am enjoying my private time and space. And when the time is right, you may see me with some subs. So stay tuned for that. And last but not least, you famously want to add a couple of drops of hot sauce. I like to use Red Hot because I've been eating that as a kid. However, there's millions and millions of hot sauces out there, so choose whichever you like. And there you have it, gluten-free seafood gumbo. Perfect for anyone with celiac disease, gluten sensitivity, or who simply just feels better when avoiding gluten. No matter how they're tested. Now I'm going to enjoy my favorite fall dish, all to myself. And if you watch this with any ill will or negativity, the pot sends everything right back to its rightful owner. No return label is needed. For more in-depth and witchy details on this recipe, please feel free to join me on my Patreon. Please like, share, subscribe, and turn on your post notifications. I'd love for you to join me again when the tide carries you back. Until next time, Sirens, XO, XO, Divine Goddess Siren.